Hey, everybody. Once again, you are tuned in to TWID Radio. If you haven't been told or just didn't know, TWID stands for that's what I do. And as long as you're breathing, I guarantee you're doing something. We're bringing you the real, raw, the relevant tackling news, dating, marriage, sports, and more. This is where the black community connects, grows, and thrives. That's what we do in our tribe, circles, and communities. So hit that subscribe button and join the TWID revolution today. Good evening, family. Once again, you are tuned into TWID Radio. TWID stands for That's What I Do. Family, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Listen, family, today we're going to be talking about a mad mom who literally emasculates her son. A lot of this happens. That's why we're living in an effeminate and a backwards generation. So we're going to upload this footage and we're going to just respond and react to it, shall we? Let's get going. Let's get going, family. It's not going to be anything nice, but hey, we got to talk about it.
So I'm asking you, since this is not a demonstration of a man, you need to tell me what man you're using to measure him with. Which one?
My idea.
Which is your idea.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is that the idea you trained him up to be?
No.
Oh, so how in the blazing bejesus are you holding him accountable to a standard that you didn't teach him, his father didn't give him, he don't even know what it is, and yet as his mother, you sit in his face and tell him you don't respect him as a man?
Like I said, it was events. It wasn't just.
I'm talking about.
And it's also how he treats me.
Yeah, but
hello.
So. You see, you are a provocative victim. You provoke stuff, and then when you start being held accountable for it, then you start twisting and turning and making the other person wrong. Look at me, Mom. Look at me. You just sat here and told your son, who ain't got a needle in his arm, who I'm assuming pays his own rent. He's married to a registered nurse. He's got 3 baby boys. And you just sat here in his face and said, I don't respect him as a man.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't think to consider what that does to his heart, to his soul, to his spirit.
I'm sure that's hurtful.
And you okay with that?
And it's hurtful for the things that he says.
There you go. You're doing it. You're doing it right now. I'm holding you accountable and you spinning your web. You're trying to get away. Tell me, here's the question. Just answer it. We'll get back to that other stuff later. Tell me.
Forgive me. I respect him. He's a wonderful man.
Do you understand that your mouth, your voice, your words are connected to the coils in his heart, to the valves in his heart? He can't help but love you. And every time you dishonor that love, you chip a piece of it. In our culture as black people, when the boys turn a certain age, the men come and get him and take him away from the mother because she can emotionally manipulate him. But since we don't live in our culture no more, we say what we want to say, do what we want to say. We tear our men down and then wonder why they don't make good husbands and fathers. Mothers destroy sons. His mother can speak to him in certain ways that destroy him in ways that can never be repaired.
Okay, family, you saw that wicked woman who pretty much does and was doing what a lot of these mothers do, which is force control over their sons. And the good thing about this situation is that this young man turned out to be a heterosexual man who was married with 3 kids, and she was still trying to emasculate this man by degrading him. You saw when she wiped her eyes, she didn't have a ring. She's got a demon. See, the thing that we are up against concerning and I'm just talking about our women right now, because they are the ones who emasculate the men. The thing that we've got to understand is they've got demons, the Jezebel spirit in them that are demons that will force and fight against any heterosexual man who tries to be righteous. And when I say righteous, I'm talking right. I ain't talking about a holier than that. I'm talking about right, knowing right from wrong. Being righteous is real easy. You operate in what's right and you go against what's wrong. But this woman, this silly woman, like a lot of silly women, they don't want a man to do his job, especially a black man. They don't want him to, rule over them. As the scripture says, they don't want us to be their covering. They feel like they're smarter, more intelligent. They feel like they should be equal. They don't want to listen. And when that happens, you know what you have? You have a situation that you really, as a man, can't do anything but operate in chaos because she is a chaotic person. Now, that being said, I want us to listen to some another breakdown, from this brother's YouTube page, so you can see for yourself. And I'm pretty sure you're already aware of it, but I like the way he break down these statistics, that are laid out when a woman is trying to raise a man all by herself. Let's check it out, okay? Let me find it. Give me just a second to scroll and see, because, this is what we're dealing with in our society. This is why you're seeing all these effeminate men. They seem to be, heterosexual men, but they're effeminate. You know what I'm saying? That I say they're effeminate because they don't stand on nothing. They're moved by money, status. You know what I'm saying? They're moved by likes. They operate like women, but they just, which is fortunate. They operate like women, but they, still like to have sex with women, even though they're emotional and effeminate like women. Now, the good thing is, like I said, that they're not homosexuals, but it's not that much of a difference in the scheme of things, because if you're going to be a man, be a man. To do that, you got to know what a man is. And because most men have come out of a situation like this where women have emasculated them, where they've been emasculated by their mothers, that's what we're dealing with. Excuse me. That's what we have to settle for. You see, and that's why you see a lot of our men getting with white women. They're getting with white women because they don't want anybody that's going to remind them of their wicked mother, how overbearing, how rude, how emotional she was, how masculine she was. So a lot of these black men are saying, well, you know what? I don't want that. I should want somebody that look like my mom, but you're probably going to act like my mom. Now, let's check out these statistics from this guy right here, shall we?
90% of American inmates are men, 75% of which grew up without a father. 63% of youth suicides come from fatherless homes, which means you are 5 times more likely to kill yourself if you are growing up without a dad. 90% of all homeless runaway children are from fatherless homes. 85% of children who grow up with behavioral disorders come from fatherless homes. We are 20 times more likely to have a behavioral disorder if we grew up without a father figure. 80% of all rapists come from fatherless homes. We are 14 times more likely to rape somebody if we grew up without a dad. 71% of all high school dropouts come from fatherless homes. We are 9 times more likely to drop out of school if we don't have a father figure at home. Malachi chapter 4, verse 6, his preaching will turn the hearts of fathers to their children and the hearts of children to their fathers. Otherwise, I will come and strike the land with a curse. It will not go well with us if we do not have good male role models and healthy father figures.
Did you see it and hear that breakdown? Did you see and hear that breakdown? See, in this Western feminist society, they made women believe that, hey, you don't need a man. They made women believe that all men are dogs. No, ma'am. We're not all dogs. Just like y'all aren't all whores. A lot of us are dogs, just like a lot of y'all are whores. But that's beside the point. The point is our guidance, our relevance is directly tied to our existence in your life. If we don't exist, it's chaotic in your life. Your kids will suffer. And you, ma'am, will be the cause of it. Because for whatever reason, you chose to lay down with that man and have kids. You chose for whatever reason to pick that man. So did you just pick a man who didn't want to be around and didn't want to be a father figure to his kids? Or did you just decide, you know what, I can do it without you? It's one of the two. Either way, you're the blame, because in this society, you're given custody. You're given free reign over the kids. You, man. So when you see these breakdowns, you see these statistics, it should let you know you can't do a good job with kids. You can't. You can't. Now the kid may grow up and be okay, but it's always going to be something missing, especially with the boys, when that man, that father is not there. So get over yourself. Get over yourself. It's not about you. It's about the kids. But this is the world we're living in, where you will have a mom whose son turned out great, and she would still, in her heart of hearts, try to, if she's doing this to him, which is her son, can you imagine what she did to his father, which is the reason why his father isn't around or wasn't around? Can you imagine? Family, you've been tuned into TWID Radio. TWID stands for That's What I Do. Family, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, all praises to the Most High.